The first time I ever laid eyes on him, I was 14 years old at Disney World, and I remember looking into the monitor on the moving way at Space Mountain and thinking, he is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. When we got ready to part ways, I slipped my phone number in his pocket. I know that seems kind of forward, but he's more shy, I guess, than I am. So he started calling me. So back when we were talking, it cost money. It was long distance. You had to pay for it. So we talked on the phone as much as we could. We wrote letters a lot. And then I went away to college, and we saw each other a couple of times in college. And then we just kind of misunderstanding caused us to kind of drift apart.
Yeah, last year, it was actually June 6th. It was on a Sunday. My daughter called me and asked if I had a book that I used to read to her when she was a child, and I'd remembered seeing it, probably within the last couple years, and so I told her, yeah, it's out there somewhere. I can find it for you. Well, I got curious that night, and I went looking for it, and there was 3 boxes up in a storage building in the attic, and I thought that looks like about 25 years ago, so I dug them out and brought them inside. And first box was old mail and stuff like that wasn't in there. Second box was all of Lisa's letters and our pictures that I'd saved over the years. And so I looked at them and brought back some old memories, and just looking at all that, it just kind of started coming back to me, because what was it, 28 years, that we'd not spoken, and it just brought back a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings that I had for her, back then. But since so much time had passed, I just probably assumed that she had a family and and all that. And she mentioned something about the misunderstanding. The misunderstanding was the last time that we did see each other in Branson, she was waiting for me, and I was working in Joplin. It took me 2.5 hours to get there, so it was kind of late, and I understand she wanted to see me and she was excited to see me, but I was working 12-hour days, and so anyway, when we parted, we didn't speak, because I thought she was mad at me, and she thought that I didn't care enough to get there earlier. Well, when I found the third box, there was birthday cards and stuff from back about that time. And inside a card from my sister was a letter. So I thought, why is this in here? And I pulled it out, and it was from Lisa. And I thought, wow, why is it in this box and not with all her other stuff? So I turned it over. It had never been opened, and it was the last letter that she wrote to me. And so of course I was curious, and I opened it up and I read it, and it tore me up to think that she had wrote to me, and as far as she knew, that I just didn't respond to her. So that night, I couldn't sleep. All that next week I prayed. I found out that she was on Facebook. And so my daughter, she comes on a Friday after that Sunday when I found the letter, and she walks in, she says, "Where's that letter?" I said, "It's right there." And I've been praying all week whether I should, call her or just let it go. I wanted to, but I didn't want to, disrupt anybody's life, and she read the letter, my daughter did. She turned to me, she goes, "You need to at least tell her what happened."
Got a Facebook friend request. And I remember I called my mom, and I was like, "Mom, you're not going to believe who sent me a request." And she said, "Missouri man?" Because that's what she called him. And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to accept it."
what is something that draws you to Scott personally?
He's just one of the good ones. I mean, he's a gentleman. Oh my gosh, why am I getting emotional? He's a gentleman. He is loyal. He's honest. He's gorgeous. I know it's not cool to be pretty, but both inside and out, he's just pretty, and he's supportive. He's a protector, and I just love how he loves. I mean, there's just no other love like it.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there.
Can't believe I got emotional, I'm sorry.
She has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known. And when I read all the letters from the past, it made me realize that all the years that have passed and all I've experienced, I've never known anyone like her. I knew it then, but I just, didn't think that it was gonna happen. And then that last time we saw each other, but reading those letters, it really made me realize, which I already knew, but when time goes by, you really know how somebody's special, and I knew it for sure.
He's my person. I really feel like that I've always, ever since I was 14, I felt like he was the person that God made for me.
Lisa, all those years ago when we were young, I dreamed of this day, the day we could be married to each other. It is what I wanted then, and I've always wanted. Today, this is the best day of my life. It is the day I pledge myself to you, my best friend. You are the love of my life. It is the day we enter together on to the path of marriage, supporting each other in all the good days and those that are difficult. You will be my wife, my life, and I vow to love you truly and deeply for the rest of my life. I love you.
August 15, 1985 was the first time I saw you at Disney World when I was 14 years old. I thought you were the most beautiful man I had ever seen, and I still do. Now I know your inner beauty as well. You are one of the good ones. For 37 years I have loved you. The time we were apart never changed my feelings. Throughout it all, the one thing I know without a doubt is God wrote our love story, and when He is behind it, it is perfect. We know we would not be standing here right now in this moment if it weren't for God bringing us back together to each other after 28 years. As you know, having my parents' approval mean everything to me. My daddy loved you, but more than that, he respected you. He and my mama mean everything to me, and I know Daddy is smiling his big smile from heaven right now. So yes, Scott Daniel McDowell, I do want to marry you. I have wanted to marry you since I was a teenager. I promise to always encourage you to follow your dreams. I promise to always have your back and support you in all you do. I promise to make you laugh when you are taking life way too serious. I promise to put you first always and be faithful to you. I promise to love you unconditionally and never stop singing loud to you in the car on our road trips. But most importantly, Scott, I promise to never stop praying for you. You are my person. I love you.
If I had to write a letter to my dad, I would tell him, I know it took a long time to get here, but I think, this is kind of how it had to be, like if it didn't happen how it happened, I would not be here. And I wouldn't have been here to have you to, to have encouraged you to take this step to have reached out to Lisa, and I wouldn't have been there to tell you, find that book for Sawyer, so you would have found those letters and thought of Lisa to even want to reach out to her. So that's why I'm here. So I love both of you, and I'm so excited that you found each other again and that I get to know Lisa, who, like I said, I've always heard about her all my life, and I'm just so glad that she's now a part of my life.
Lisa has been a good friend of mine and a mentor for a long time, and she coached me when I was in high school, and I've gotten to follow her throughout the years, and it's been just an amazing experience. She's always been such a good friend and such a good listener to me and a fantastic mentor in my life. Thank you for being such a big part of my life for so long and for staying such a big part through the ups and downs and all of the good and bad that we've been through. Just for staying such a big part and staying so present in my life. Love you.
Lisa is her kind heart and her beautiful smile. I mean, Cody, you have forced me to do this, and I'm very timid and shy. Lisa knows this. So I just want to say, Lisa, I love you. I wish the best for you. God knows what's best for you and Scott, And this is phrase that I have. It's just when two people are meant to be together, God will make it happen. And He's done that. And I'm just so happy for you both. Love you, Lisa.
She loves hard, she is funny, she's caring, she loves Scott, and yeah.
I only met you, I guess 3 or 4 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, I've met better aunts, but you'll do. No, you're a wonderful person. Scott's a good dude. He should have ran when he had a chance.
Stop it.
But he didn't, so you're stuck with him now. But good luck in the future.
Don't think about the bad times too much. Let things, if they're all, go. Love hard. You only get one life.